Hey friends, it's Molly and welcome to practice. Today's class is going to be a full hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. We're going to do a vinyasa style. So what that means is we'll start out with some nice long held yin postures, taking our time, settling into our shape, settling into our practice. And then we'll move through a gentle flow, nothing too fiery. Today we're going to work towards dancer pose and splits. So those are fairly moderate. I definitely can't do full splits right now. I haven't been training towards it. So I would recommend having a couple blocks to help support you, bring the ground up to you, and then a strap if you like to use a strap for dancer pose. That being said, I think that's all you need. We're gonna get started in a legs up the wall pose. So come, if you have a wall, let's use it. If you don't, you can have your legs in midair. But you're gonna scoot your hips up towards the wall as close as you can get. And then extend your heels nice and tall. If you need some support under the sacrum, a bolster would feel really nice here underneath your hips. Find your shape, work out any wiggles you need to. Let your feet gently roll out, finding a little bit of external rotation. And let the ground support underneath you. So no need to really engage much of anything here. Maybe it's your first time today, this week, this month that you've just given yourself a chance to let go. And as we let go, as we let ourselves arrive here, we also peel away layers a little bit at a time. Layers of demands and distractions and expectations and stresses. Let that hard outer shell break away and start unfolding. And then we feel into what is here in this present moment, in the here and now, and that is you, your body, yourself on the mat in this practice. And that's how it's going to be the next hour. So you can either be here for it fully, or you can't, or you don't. And that's your choice, but try to really sink in here and settle. As you open up more, you have the option to scoot your hips closer towards the wall, putting a bit more sensation on the back line of the hamstrings. And feel into body today. What is body telling you in this moment? It changes day to day. So just tune in, see where your breath goes. Let it circulate throughout your body. Notice anything that needs a little extra attention or love and send the breath there, a little extra time there. Offer yourself a really big intentional breath. Breathe in through your nose. Let it fill up your chest, your ribs out to the side, your belly, your back body. Hold for the second at the top. And then exhale, open your mouth side out. Let something go, let something melt further down into the ground. check in with mind. Offer yourself this little haven, this ritual spot of turning the gaze inwards, of softening, of tuning out the world around you. As things blur outside you, what becomes clear inside? In the mind and the heart. One of my favorite teachers, Nicole, says, "What gets loud when you get quiet?" Couple more breaths here. How can you be embodied in this shape for the next few moments? As much ease as possible, we're going to come to lying on our backs, legs fully extended into a corpse pose. So magnetize your heels towards the corner of the mat. Press out through your heels. Stretch arms overhead. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, release the clenching of your muscles. Rest here in this rebound shape. Draw your right knee in towards your body. Give the front of your shin a hug. Interlace your fingers. Press out through the left heel. Find a slight engagement of the lower core, so drawing pubic bone up towards your navel. And then wrap your right leg over top of your left. Find a little half eagle wrap. And then let your legs hang heavy over to the left. Spread your right arm out. We'll be here for several minutes. If you need, you can prop a block underneath the right knee if your knees are hovering off the mat. Let your shoulder peel open and let the twist to the left come from below the belly button. Notice where your mind has gone. Recenter, refocus it, anchor it on the steady, smooth, rhythmic inhales and exhales, slowly in and out of your nose. Following that wave of one breath to another. Check in with body. Release any unnecessary clenching of your right hip, right glute. Soften through the right shoulder, unclench your jaw. We'll be here 10 more breaths. So if you need to make any adjustments for this last little bit, go ahead. Start to roll back to center. Hug your knees into your chest and just compare sides here. Maybe feeling a little more open through that right outer hip. But maybe the left front of the thigh feels less compressed. We're going to even them out. So extend right heel long, interlace fingers on the front of the left shin, and then drive out through your right heel. Find that slight tuck of your tailbone between your thighs. And then draw your left knee over your body. We're going to wrap it around the right leg. Let your knees drop over to the right, and then peel open your left arm. Again, a block can go underneath the left knee if that's more comfortable for you. Left shoulder softens down, and then right hand goes on the outside of the left thigh to really encourage a twist. Recalibrate your breath. Notice any chatter in the mind, unease in the heart. Know that as we deepen into this state of awareness, it's almost like we're sinking ourselves, suspending ourselves in a really calm, peaceful ocean where the waves on the surface can be scary and distracting, energetic, some of them good, some of them what we label as bad or negative. All of them contributing to your experience, making us who we are, teaching us lessons along the way. But when it ever comes too much, we can close our eyes, take a few breaths, and suspend yourself deeper in this more silent place of awareness. Ten more breaths. flutter your eyes open as we prepare. We're gonna roll onto our back, place your block out of the way, hug your knees into your body, and again, just compare. Roll out your ankles one direction and then the other. Send breath into the front of the hips. Exhale, release it out. And then we're gonna lift up into a seat. Cross over your ankles and come to a tabletop pose. Take a moment just to roll in one direction, rolling out the wrists, shifting your weight each angle, and then switch directions. Now we're going to make these giant circles, so go back the first direction, but this time focus on your hips. So bring them all the way around, back to the other side, and then almost towards a little up dog shape, a cobra shape. 2 more in this direction. And then we'll switch it out. So over to the left, all the way back behind you. As big of circles as you can. 3 in this direction. Find some fluidity. Good. Now come back to center and you'll have several breaths to just move your spine, move your hips, move your ribs. So if that looks like traditional cat-cow, great. If you want to take some more circles or barrel rolls, I recommend closing your eyes and using your breath as a little spotlight to where you need to move into. Not caring what it looks like, not caring if it's a traditional yoga posture. Couple more cycles. And then meet me in an active child's pose. So keep your toes tucked underneath you. Let your hips be weighty back towards your heels. Stretch your fingertips in front of you and ground down through your finger pads. On an inhale, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, roll up through cat pose as you lean forward to tabletop. And then exhale, untuck the pelvis. Flick your sit bones back behind you. Think cow spine as you sit back to active child's pose, but your heart is reaching forward. Inhale, roll forward. Cat to tabletop. Exhale, cow to active child's pose. Again, close the eyes. Let there be some fluidity here. More of a calm, organized, fluid wave. As opposed to a choppy, uncertain, scary wave. Couple more. And on this last one, make sure your toes are tucked. We're going to glide our hips all the way back, downward facing dog. Driving through the thumb and index finger. Keep plenty of bend in your knees. So you can kind of untuck your pelvis, find some length in the low back, and send your hips high. Heels do not need to be on the mat. Maybe you'll open up more into the back of the calves eventually, but no worries if not. We're going to take those same wave-like motions on an inhale. Start from the tailbone. You're going to flick it underneath you, around through the low back, the mid back, the upper back as you lean forward to a rounded high plank. And then exhale, bend your knees, untuck your pelvis, glide your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, feel the lower belly engage. Hug the front body up into the back body. Push the ground away with your hands as you round. And then exhale, feel the little muscles around your spine engage as you move through your back bend back to down dog. Couple more with your own breath. On your next inhale, roll forward to high plank. Exhale, lower your knees to the mat at the exact same time. Send your hips to your heels, and then bring your feet out a little bit wider, toes out, heels in. Malasana Yogi squat at the back of your space. If you need, you always have the option to place a little bolster underneath your sit bones. From here, press your elbows into your knees into your elbows, hands at heart. Grow tall through your spine on an in-breath. Exhale, round through the upper back. Send your hands forward. Maybe you interlace all your fingers other than your index finger. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, round the spine. Push your hands away. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, round and push. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, drop your right knee down to the very center of your space, finding some rotation in the hips. Inhale, open it back up. Exhale, left knee drops to the center of the mat. Inhale, tall spine. Right hand comes to left ankle, left arm reaches high. Exhale, place your left hand on the back of your skull, and then peel left shoulder open to the sky. Couple breaths. Good. Inhale, spread your left arm. Exhale through center. Inhale, grow up tall through the back of the crown of the head. Left hand comes to right ankle. Right arm reaches high on an in-breath. Exhale, right hand comes to the back of the skull. Point your right elbow up to the sky. Find a little twist here. Engaging the back of the right shoulder for one more breath. Good. Exhale, hands walk forward. Tabletop pose. Maybe roll out your ankles. And then come to settle. Inhale. We're going to extend our right leg long and high up behind us as we lower our chest to the mat. Exhale, push the ground away. Feed your right knee in between your shoulders. Step your right foot through. Find a little bit of circular motions in your low lunge. And then switch the rotation. Good. Left hand plants on an in-breath. Curl left heel and glute. Reach back with your right hand. Tap your left heel. On an exhale, close the body back down. Tuck left toes. Lift left knee. Modified pyramid. Bring your right hand towards your left knee. Big stretch on the back of the right hamstring. Inhale, lower left knee. Back stroke through the right arm. Curl left heel in. Tap it. Exhale, tuck left toes. Lift left knee. Modified pyramid. Right hand towards left knee. One more time. Inhale, drop the knee. Open the chest to the right. Sink your left hip down. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the back knee. Round and curl in. Good. This next one, lower left knee. Back stroke through the right arm. This time, reach your hand all the way back towards the left hip bone. On an inhale, lift left arm up high to the sky. We're twisting our body to the right. Exhale, bring your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Stay here, or option to curl the left heel in and reach back with the hand. Now grab hold of it. Grow expansive across your collarbones. Find a little engagement of the left glute and tuck your pelvis underneath you. See how this feels on the front of the left quad and hip flexor. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly release and plant left hand down. Kickstand your left foot out to the side. Inhale, modified side plank. Right arm, right leg, hover. Your body is facing towards the right. Long line of energy. Exhale, curl right heel in towards glute. Reach back with your right hand. Plug your heel and your bum together and give your pelvis a little tuck forward. Now inhale, kick into your right hand and your right foot into each other. Big breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, stretch long into your modified side plank. And then ground your right heel at the back of the mat. Pivot your body. Half splits, back of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, plant through your fingertips. Always have the option for blocks underneath you if you need. We're gonna drive our right toes up towards the sky, lifting our heel off the mat, engaging the front of the right hip flexor. Exhale, release, half splits. Good, one more lift. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend into right knee, low lunge. And exhale, plant your hands, step your right knee to face or to touch your left tabletop. Sit your hips to your heels. 3 spinal waves. Inhale, roll forward through cat spine. Exhale, active child's pose. Inhale, roll forward to cat spine. Exhale, sink it back, open up. One more. Good. On your next breath in, come to a neutral spine. Exhale, ground in. Breathe in, lift left leg, left heel, lower your chest to the mat, elbows hug into the sides of the body. Exhale, push the ground away, feed your left knee through so left foot plants between your thumbs. Good. Take a few little circles here throughout the hips. Loosening up. Switch the direction, maybe just sway side to side. Good. Right hand plants. Inhale, open your left hand, curl your right heel into your glute, give your heel a tap. And then exhale, fold your body back down, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, modified pyramid. Left hand comes towards top of right thigh. Inhale, lower right knee, backstroke through the left hand. Engage the hamstrings. Exhale, left hand threads through towards the top of the right knee. One more here with your breath. Finding a little bit of active engagement through all these leg muscles. We're gonna stretch out with our splits. It's good to find some active mobility. Good. Right knee lowers, take an in breath, reach left hand back, and wrap it all the way around the back body towards the right hip bone. Make sure left knee is plugging in towards the center of the body. Inhale, lift up, right arm high. Exhale, option to place right hand on the outside of left thigh. Working into some shoulder opening too as we be moving to dancer pose. Stay here or curl right heel into glute, reach back with your left hand. Remember to engage the right glute. Finding a bit of an ugly butt, so posterior pelvic tilt in this stretch instead of really dumping and arching through the low back. 2 more cycles. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your right hand, kickstand your right foot out to the side. Inhale, modified side plank, turn your body to the left, extend long through left arm and left leg. Exhale, left heel plugs in towards your booty, reach back with your hand. Glue your heel and your booty together. And then inhale, open up across the front of the heart. Keep the front of the core engaged. Inhale, kick your left foot into your left hand. Open up the front of the body. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, stretch along. Re-extend through left arm, left leg. Exhale, half splits to the top of the mat. Ground down through left heel. Kickstand your right foot underneath you and dive your heart over your left thigh. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Ground down through your finger pads. We're gonna suction cup our thigh up and towards our belly. Lift a heel from our mat, inhale. Big core engagement, exhale, release. One more halfway lift with your breath. Exhale, fold. Low lunge, bend into left knee. Plant through your hands, step your left knee next to your right. Sink your hips to your heels, active child's pose. 3 spinal waves with your breath, let it feel good. On your last cycle, roll forward to your cat spine, tuck your toes, exhale, glide your hips back, downward facing dog. Maybe feel your heels sink a little closer to the mat or not. Keep as much bend in the knees as you need. Inhale, we're gonna roll forward to high plank. This time, keep your front of your core engaged. Lower your pelvis towards the mat, but it's gonna hover off. Floating dog. Pull your hands back. Reach your chest forward through your shoulders. Untuck your chin. Exhale, stay and ground here. Maybe lift your right toes from the mat. And then on an inhale, let your right toes reach up towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, curl right knee into body. Plant your foot between your thumbs. Lower left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, find a half splits. Untuck your left toes. Rebend into right knee. Keep the top of the left foot pressing into the mat. Inhale, lift up to a, what is this called? Chandrasana Lunge, I think. So we're balancing on the top of the right foot, left foot. Left glute is super engaged. Roll left hip forward. Suction cup, right hip back in. Breathe in. Really active shape. Exhale, standing splits, folding, diving over right leg. Inhale, left knee into chest, arms reach high, stork pose. Exhale, lower left knee next to right, but keep your heel in towards your glute. Active dancer pose, 3 reps. Inhale, we're gonna open up through the front of the chest, cactus our elbows back, and then extend our left hip back like you could touch your toes to the back of your skull. Exhale, curl and round in. Inhale, open it up. Active dancer pose. Exhale, curl and round. One more time, inhale. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, airplane pose. Send left heel back, left arm forward, right arm back. Exhale, lower the ball of the left foot down. Right hand down, left thigh, reverse your lunge. Inhale, left arm overhead. Exhale, easy twist. Left hand plants, twist your body to the right. Right arm high. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten into right leg. Bring your right arm back behind you towards your hip. Moving into this really big outer leg stretch. Modified pyramid shape. Inhale, easy twist. Your right arm is making a big circle. Exhale, straighten right leg and fold. One more time, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, easy twist. This time, pivot your left toes towards the right. Bring your right toes back behind you. Hover your hips off the mat. Inhale moves you into wild thing. Hips and heart up to the sky. Exhale, right hand plants. Right foot comes back in front of the left for a twisted down dog. Inhale, roll your body forward with legs crossed to a high plank, maybe a hovering dog. Exhale, engage your core, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel high, 3-legged dog. You're off to the left of the mat, totally fine. Exhale, left foot outside of left hand. Swivel right heel down. We're gonna walk our hands towards the right corner of the mat, really sinking deep into our left hip. Kind of a lizard pose, lizard lunge variation. Couple breaths. Good. On an exhale, find a nice skater lunge, bending into your right knee, not quite lowering to Skandasana. We're facing the long edge of our mat. And then skater lunge into the left leg. Bending into left knee. Nice inner thigh opener. Rebend over towards the right. Good. Exhale, pivot to the back of the mat. Right heel swivels down. Inhale, cartwheel your arms open, warrior 2. Exhale, sit into your right knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left hand down, left thigh, right arm overhead. Exhale, pivot on the ball of the left foot. Arms reach forward, power lunge. Inhale, straighten right leg. Fingertips reach high to the sky. Left heel's lifted. Exhale, we're gonna fold halfway down into our modified pyramid. Breathe in. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps next to left, back of the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to your high plank. Exhale, bend your knees, glide your hips back, down dog. Point your toes out, your heels in. Walk your hands, sit your hips into Malasana Yogi squat. Again, 3 cycles of breath here, hands at heart. Inhale to press your heart into your thumbs. Exhale, round, push away, curl in. 2 more with your breath. Spending a little bit of rest time here to reset. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, drop right knee to the center of the mat. Pry that knee back open using your external rotators. Exhale, left knee down to the center of the mat. Inhale, open it back up. Exhale, cross the right hand to left ankle. Inhale, reach high through left hand. Exhale, side bend over to the right, peeling your heart underneath your left shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, left hand, right ankle. Reach high through your right arm. And then side bend to the left. Wrapping lungs around the heart. Finding a bit of a heart opener, a side bend. Inhale. Exhale, back through center. Walk your hands forward. Downward facing dog, and breathe here several moments. Maybe finding stillness, maybe swaying side to side, pedaling out your legs, whatever you need. Reconnecting with your breath, finding that intention, that presence. We'll move through the other side. Inhale, ripple forward, high plank. Keep your front body hugging up to your back body. Exhale, lower your pelvis towards the mat. Inhale, pull your heart through your shoulders, maybe untuck your chin. Exhale, ground down through your palms. Lift your left toes from the mat. Keep right thigh super engaged. Drive through your hands. Inhale, magnetize your left foot up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, tiger curl, plant your foot down. Lower right knee. Inhale. Chandrasana Lunge. Exhale, half splits, untuck your right toes. Stay planted on the top of the right foot. Inhale, Chandrasana Lunge. Lift up through the right knee, arms reach high, ground down through left big toe. Couple breaths, super active, engage the right glute. Draw left hip back. One more inhale. Exhale, standing splits, dive over your left leg. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to chest, arms reach high. Exhale, arms stay where they are. Right knee comes to left, but still keeping your heel curled in. 3 rounds of active dancer. Inhale, cactus your arms. Extend your hip behind you. Drop your head back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curl it in. One more. Contract and expand. Airplane pose, send right heel back, right hand forward. Bend into left knee, lower right foot to the mat, reverse your lunge. Left hand down the back of the right leg. Good. Exhale, right hand plants on the inside of left foot. Easy twist. Peel your right arm open. And then reach your right arm back as you left arm back as you straighten into left leg. Modified pyramid. 2 more. Inhale, easy twist. Exhale, straighten left leg. Hug your left hip in towards the center line of your body. And fold. 1 more. Good. Last easy twist. Reach high through left fingertips. And then exhale. We're going to plant down through our right hand. Step our left toes back behind us. Hover our hips off the mat, setting up for wild thing. Inhale, drive through your points of contact, lift up, wild thing. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Left leg crosses towards a down dog, but left foot in front of the right. So our legs are twisted. Inhale, ripple forward, maybe to a floating dog, maybe to a plank. Exhale, down dog. 3-legged dog, right heel high. Exhale, right foot outside of right hand. Swivel left heel down. Your arms are going to reach towards the left corner of the mat. Scoop right sit bone underneath you. Feel that big opening in the inner thigh on both sides, really. Good. Shift this into a skater lunge. Straighten into right leg. We're facing the long edge of the mat. Bend gently into left knee. And then glide over to the right, bending into right knee. And then glide over to the left. Good. Face your toes to the top of the mat. Inhale, cartwheel your arms open. Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, sit into your shape. Inhale, reverse to your warrior. Exhale, both hands face forward. Pivot on the ball of your right foot. Power lunge. Inhale, straighten left leg. Arms reach high. Exhale, fold halfway. Hands come out to airplane wings. Breathe in, stay engaged. Micro bend in the left knee. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, lower your knees at the exact same time. Sit your hips onto your heels. Close your eyes. Let a big exhale out of your mouth. Getting stuff shifting around in our bodies. Moving with our breath. Something is bound to come up, good or bad. Try to resist the temptation to label it as good or bad, but just as being present with what is here. Blink your eyes open. Walk your hands forward. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Final sequence here. We'll move through dancer pose and splits. Bring your blocks if you have them and if you want to use them kind of towards the first third or maybe halfway in the center of the mat. Inhale, we'll roll forward, high plank. Exhale, hover your hips off the mat. Inhale, pull heart through shoulders, untuck your chin. Exhale, push the ground away, engage through left quad, lift right toes back. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift up through your right toes. Exhale, tiger curl, right knee into chest, plant your right foot down. Lower left knee, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits, untuck your left toes, balance on the top of the left foot. Inhale, Chandrasana Lunge, one breath here. Exhale, standing splits, fold over right leg. Inhale, stork pose, stand up through the right foot, left knee to chest. This time we're moving to dancer Nadarajasana. So as we magnetize our knees together, we're gonna curl left heel into glute. You have the option to grab a strap here if you'd like. Place your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Reach your right hand high. If you don't have space, shift over a little bit. And on your next exhale, we're gonna lever our upper body forward and kick our left foot into our hand. Engaging through the back of the left glutes and hamstrings. Big breaths. Find your drishti, your focus point. See if you can open up across the front of the body by engaging through the posterior chain a little bit more. 2 more cycles. Good. Inhale, stork pose, left knee to chest. Exhale, stand, Tadasana. Top of your mat, close your eyes down. Give yourself some space after a heart opener. Good. Let it move through. Okay. Inhale, stork pose. This time, right knee to chest. Exhale, straighten, push the ground away. Push the air away in front of you. Inhale, airplane, arms follow the right heel. Exhale, bend into left knee. Slowly lower your right foot and then your right knee to the mat. Inhale, low lunge, arms reach high. Exhale, we're gonna move into our splits. So like I said, I don't think I have full splits right now, nor is that really a necessary pose to achieve. But we're gonna find some type of active hip flexor and hamstring opening pose. So if you wanna do half splits, great. If you wanna inch out just a little further from your half splits, great. Keep that little micro bend in your left knee and then keep right glute engaged. I like using blocks on either side. And try to sit up tall out of your waist. We'll be here 5 breaths. Find some sense of ownership of this pose. So you are using your muscles to be here. You're not dumping into your natural flexibility. So everyone will be a little different. 2 more breaths. Good. Lift up out of your splits a little bit. So right knee plants underneath right hip. And then curl your right heel underneath your body. Sit your hips all the way back. Right foot to the inner seam of left thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold over left knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold over right knee. Hands out to the right side of the mat. Sit up tall. This time, sweep your left leg behind you. Find a deer pose or a 90-90. Exhale, fold over right knee, and we'll hold here. Option to place a block underneath your forehead, whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Soften out through the hips. Big breaths to the back line of the body, releasing the low back. Gently lift up. Since we're in the back of our space, we're gonna plant both feet, toes out, heels in. Use your hands if you need. Malasana at the back of the mat. We've been here before. Inhale, hard into thumbs. Exhale, push and round. 2 more. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, right knee drops. Inhale, peel, right knee open. Exhale, left knee drops. I have a toe injury, so if you ever see me not doing stuff on my left toes, that's why. Inhale through center. Exhale, right hand, left ankle. Reach up tall through your left fingertips on an in-breath. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Let it feel good throughout the left side body. Inhale through center. Cross the left wrist over right ankle. Breathe in, peel, right arm open. Breathe out and side bend. Good, inhale through center. Exhale, walk it out. Downward facing dog. 1 more time through the other side here. Let's take a little spinal wave to find some more motion. Inhale, roll forward to high plank. Exhale, bend your knees, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, hover your hips off the mat. Keep your front body hugging up towards your back body. Inhale, pull heart through shoulders, engage right quad. Exhale, point left toes back behind you. Magnetize your left toes up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, tiger curl left knee into chest. Plant your foot through, lower right knee down. Inhale, your low lunge. Exhale, half splits, untuck your right toes, fold down. Ground down through left big toe, Chandrasana Lunge, lift back knee. Exhale, standing splits, fold over your left thigh, goodness. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to chest. Exhale, right knee magnetizes over towards left. Curl your heel into your glute. Find the space you need. Planting into left foot. Reach your right hand for the inside of your right foot. Inhale, stretch your left arm high. Find that little tuck of your pelvis. And then exhale, lean forward. Driving your right foot into your right hand, engaging the right hamstrings. Breathe here. Can you stay active? Hug your right knee in towards the center line. Open up for 2. Lift a little higher through the back foot for 1. And then come to stand. Tadasana. Close your eyes, hands to heart. Weight over into the right foot. Inhale, stork pose, left knee high. Exhale, straighten into left leg. Drive your heel forward, hands follow. Good. Inhale, airplane pose. Hinge forward. Exhale, lower down onto left knee. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, move into your half splits or your full Hanumanasana. Several breaths to get there, and then several breaths to land there. So start scooting your right heel forward, your left knee back. Think about plugging your right femur back into its socket and rolling your left hip forward. Stay active through left glute and keep a micro bend in your right knee. One side might feel very much different than the other. This one's a little tighter. Again, let it be a shape that you have ownership over. So if you lifted your hands, could you stay here? I like to use the blocks lightly for support instead of really using all of my body weight into them. 4 more breaths here. Good, start to ease out of it. So walking your left knee underneath your left hip, blocks out of the way. And then sit down at the back of the mat. Left leg is curled in, right leg is long. Inhale, sit up tall out of your waist. Reach your arms high. Exhale, fold over right leg. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold over left knee. Inhale, back through center. Wrap your right leg back behind you, find a deer pose. And exhale, fold diagonally over the front of the left knee. Hang out here for a few. Option to place a block under your forehead or a bolster under your chest, whatever you need. Lift back up. We'll find a Malasana Yogi squat at the back of our mat. This time I encourage you to place that bolster underneath your hip bones, or that block, your sit bones, I guess, because we're gonna chill out here. Toes out, heels in. I'm gonna sit on a bolster and place the blocks in front of me stacked, one at medium height, one at highest height. Relax the back of your neck. Let your spine, your shoulders round. Let yourself unfold again in layers. First, tuning into body. And then peeling away the hard shell of our minds and our thoughts and our chatter. And maybe you can soften all the way down to your heart. If it feels raw, that's okay. That's normal or a good thing here. If you set an intention at the beginning of class, just notice where that is now. Does that still feel good and true in your bones, or did it evolve and shift and change a little bit? Gently come back up to a seat. Remove your blocks out of the way. And then lay down. Place your bolster underneath your knees so you have a nice, gentle bend. And release onto your back. We're going to take our final pose here. If there's any additional twists or stretches you want to take, please do. And don't rush away from this space. This final pause. Let yourself unfold into the biggest puddle you can be. And let yourself sit with what you found underneath all the layers. Please stay here as long as you have time for. If you're ready to transition out, maybe start wiggling your toes and your fingers. Tune back into the breath, back into the sounds around you. I thank you so much for practicing with me, and I'll see you next time.